A lot of people are very afraid of me because I'm so
I can't imagine
unyielding.
why. If you don't know Eben Sadie, he is just about the most famous winemaker in South Africa. Around 25 years ago, he launched the Sadie Family Wines on a shoestring budget and working out of a shed. He quickly became known for his flagship wines, Columella and Palladius. Nowadays, he works with his son Markus and a team of over 40 people, making some of the most distinctive and sought-after wines in the world. Today, they've come to see us at number 3 St. James's Street.
When you're young, you're ambitious. You want to take on the world, and you want to be completely against the establishment. You want to prove yourself. And the more years I was working, the more I realized that all I actually want is just to go home, and I want to work with the wines my family produce. I don't really want to change anything. I don't have those ambitions to change.
What were you like at his age?
Very confident. I still am extremely hard worker, blindly determined to succeed. I was very lucky to, at a very young age, decide exactly what I want to do. No doubts, and I almost never looked in the rear mirrors again. It was 11,000 revs per minute, shifting hard and steering whenever needed. But I was completely determined, and it still is a race against time because we have so little time. And South Africa it was so young, everything so fresh. When I finished studying wine technology and enology and all these things, it was 1994. It was the birth of the new South Africa. So I'm part of the first class. I'm the youngest trained winemaker in the new South Africa. So my class was the class of 94. My mentors in the industry that was before me, my mentors were now all the persons that was at that stage 18, 20, 25 years older than what I am. They never had that opportunity. They had the skill, they had the training, they had everything, but they didn't have the freedom. So at 24, I could dream, or 27, where Markus is going now. I mean, I could dream big because I felt like there wasn't a barrier, and there was no ceiling. So, and I was willing to work as hard as it takes.
So how different is South African wine today versus then?
It's another country, to be quite frank. The biggest discredit that happened is in 1994, the embargo's lifted, and now we sit with substandard vineyards, substandard winemaking, substandard wines in tanks. We go and bottle all of that wine as a nation, and we exported it to the whole world. So we took the worst business card in the history of the country, and we sent it everywhere. And we cluttered the name of South Africa and South African wine. And it became this cheap, cheerful, less desirable liquid that I, quite frankly, wouldn't have given the time of day if I sat in this room. We unfortunately, in that moment, put ourselves 18, 20 years back. It also takes time to start planting new proper vineyards, upgrade wineries, start traveling around the world, the importation of information, skill, the French savoir-faire, just the knowledge, to understand how to do things, the culture of wine, the culture of even knowing how to drink wine. So all those things had to grow. But I couldn't be proud of where our country is now. And our country's moved from cheap, cheerful. Then the next phase was good for being South African. And now it's like, hey, these guys make amazing wine.
My father had to bear a lot on his shoulders to be able to start up and to get it to where we are now.
We farm with 38 different varieties across 250 kilometers, 64 parcels of wines. Incredible canvas, beautiful, but the thing is a beast. And when it comes into the cellar, you have so many hands on deck.
Sometimes you make these changes to kind of how you make wine or how you farm or something. At what point do you make those decisions to say, I'm going to do this differently?
For me, dogma is a no-go zone. That's why that's why we are not. So when people ask, we're not biodynamic or organic, because it's all these little boxes. That means you have silver bullets and you can do these things, and then you can get a little badge that says you're in the wonderful club. You can get an extra £10 a bottle. That's not where we're heading. So we're not in a definition of things. We consider things and we study patterns. But we would be doing something, and then the research is going. Always research, a lot of research. And then we will do the research and we'll do the trials here. Then we have to pressure test it. Subject them to all considered conditions. Dry years, warm years, wet years, heat waves, whatever the conditions are. The stressed aspects, whatever. Properly pressure test. And once they survive those, then we'll have a discussion and then we'll implement. And we usually do, but research takes time. So we usually only do changes every decade. So I've only changed the wines 3 times. So Markus have been, when he arrived, we had one of those. And now it's just research going on. We only will talk again about true change in the winery
4 years.
4 or 5 years from now, yeah. So the next 5 years, we must carry on with the research, keep the path that we know, keep improving in the vineyards, and then we can have we're testing new vessels again. We're doing little things on the sides, considering things, but no radical things. No. Because it will interfere with the consistency of your wines. Because your consumer doesn't need to become part of your research department. We're not selling research. We're selling a firm idea. So that's a path that shouldn't come here.
Have you ever had somebody come back to you and complain to you because you've changed some aspect?
I don't know. A lot of people are very afraid of me because I'm so
I can't imagine why.
No, I realized that the changes will be difficult. So I decided, when I realized there's going to be changes need to be done. And I did the changes long before certain of these things became trends. I realized I was going to lose some people on the road. But now, is it about what you lose, or is it what you stand to gain? And one has to make peace. I started to write every year a letter. I write one letter a year where I explain to people where we are, what we're thinking, what we've done in the year, and where we're heading next year. And then next year we will come back and report. So in 2009, and I started that in 2009, when we started to move away from, I would say 20 years ago, we made wine like you make coffee, and now we make wine like you make tea. So we went from extractions, short, fast extractions, to more, it's an overused word, fusions, or just less intervention. And our wines became a step more austere, which is away from the consumer, because opulence does sell easier than austerity. So we knew that and I could see it in the media. It's easy to do it, but when you start getting reviews and it's looking like you are busy going backwards, but you must in that moment know exactly why you're doing these things. And then you carry on. And if you carry long enough, over time, those things will start manifesting and the wines will prove themselves. And that's why this wine today is 13.3% alcohol on this bottle. And that wine would have been otherwise 15.5 right now. So I don't like to drink high alcohol wines. It doesn't give me pleasure. I don't like high alcohol wines, and like so much of the research, the work, the changes have all been about to find ways through viticulture, viniculture, all these things to stay adrift and to stay on point with a climate reality that's been, yeah. I feel like we've been boxing with Mike Tyson for a while now, because it's been brutal.